I need to take a moment here and touch on this because you were there. If we can roll tape number 4, it's been just a tough week in Arizona. You were at the memorial service for the Yarnell Hill.
I was.
Firefighters lost, the Granite Mountain Hotshots. Can you just give me your sense of that day and your thoughts about all of this?
First, I have to say it was an incredible honor to be there with the families of the fallen, but it was also very, very difficult. And John, I know this is true for you and everyone in the newsroom, that just watching the story, much less covering it, has been very, very painful. Firefighters are our first responders. They're our first line for safety. And so to lose even just one is tragic, but 19, particularly so many of whom were young.
Average age 27.
That's right, young fathers, young husbands. It was incredibly, incredibly painful and difficult. But to see the way that our community and our state has come together to provide support for these men and their families is something that I think we can be very proud of.
That is not your district, obviously, but you felt compelled to be there.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I come from a family of military service, and so the concept of service before yourself is ingrained in my family, and that is exactly what a firefighter does. He or she puts his own life in danger to save that of others, and so I would never even dream for a second of being anywhere but right there with those families.
Bigger issue, and it's not one that you deal with in your district, but it is a larger issue about how we're managing our forests and our open space. Does it make a lot of sense to you to put human beings in harm's way to try to save property?
You know, I believe that the first line of safety should be to save lives, and property should be secondary. We don't want to jeopardize lives simply to save property. I will say, however, I don't believe that our firefighters believe that they were risking their lives to save property. They did everything right. And we don't know everything about what happened that night, but they did do everything right. It does ask a larger question that we need to address. And Representative Scosar and Representative Kirkpatrick, myself, and other members of the delegation, we support an initiative called a For Forests Initiative, which is designed to help prevent some of these issues from happening in the future.
John Kyle was very involved in this.
That's right.
He was really one of the foremost experts on this in the Senate.
That's right. And what we need is folks from other parts of the country who don't face the kind of fires that we do here in the Southwest to join with us in addressing this issue. With increasing drought, with a changing climate, we have to be better prepared. And part of that involves keeping our forests healthy and safe.
This stuff, you know, again, these are choices that government has to make, and these things are expensive. And right now in Congress, in the House particularly, nobody's much in a mind to spend money right now.
Well, preventing a fire is much less expensive than the loss of 19 firefighters, and it's much less expensive than the cost that we're paying to contain these fires right now.